And it's really more important now than ever. I'm finding in schools in my district in these tough economic times that the number of children who need the lunches and the breakfasts the number is greater than ever. As you may have gathered from my interchange with Mr. Scott, I have a real interest in the farm to school programs. And you probably know it is a key priority of Agriculture Secretary Vilsack, and First Lady Michelle Obama has planted a garden and so forth. And it not only, this program not only provides the fresher food, but it also has an important educational component that I think lasts into adulthood. So I'm pleased that some of us have introduced the Farm to School Improvements Act, which provides competitive grant and technical assistance for the use of local foods, that improves the relationship between schools and the local providers, and provides mandatory funding each year for the program. So it does provide local economic benefit, but I think, and it provides an important educational component, as I say. Ms. Rivas, as president of the School Nutrition Association, I'd like to ask you about a couple of things. First, starting with the breakfast program. You recommend providing commodity foods for breakfast, which can be used if you already have them for the lunch program, but that are not available there. What about farm to school? Do you see a role for that in the breakfast programs?
We are urging Congress to consider 5 additional cents for commodity, and the farm to school program in that value would certainly be a wonderful thing to have. And you're absolutely right about the vegetable gardens and, you know, providing the nutrition education aspect to the students' knowledge, because once they see and are exposed to those fruits and vegetables, and they see it growing in a neighborhood garden or at their school garden, they're able to see that it isn't something that you just pick up at the grocery store, but they can grow it at home, and they take those messages home to their parents. But, you know, any financial assistance for the breakfast program, the Institute of Medicine guidelines have increased the requirements in the breakfast category to expand more fresh fruits and vegetables as well. And so that funding is very critical to meeting those guidelines as well.
Good, thanks. Despite being authorized, the existing federal farm to school program hasn't been funded. So what would you say about making the funding mandatory?
Absolutely.
That's it.
I mean,
that's a softball question.
I thought it was a trick question.
Absolutely. Any funding you can make mandatory, will graciously accept.
Not a trick question. Thank you. A key pillar of the First Lady's Let's Move campaign to solve the problem of obesity is to serve healthier foods. She is encouraging, or actually working toward, the goal of doubling the number of schools that participate in the Healthier U.S. School Challenge. What does it take to become a healthier U.S. school? How can we help more schools get there? Is doubling a reasonable goal?
I think it is a reasonable goal, and we at the School Nutrition Association has been working closely with USDA, and you know, they are looking at some of the paperwork criteria to make it easier for school districts to be able to apply, because, you know, when we used to see the big application that we had to fill out, it made it more complicated. So, but the benefits of the Healthier U.S. Schools is that not only does it have requirements in the menu planning, which is very key to the Healthier U.S. Schools requirements, but it also has a component for physical activity. And in the First Lady's Let's Move campaign, one of the pillars is school meals, but one of the other pillars is physical activity. And so the Healthier U.S. Schools is a wonderful recognition that school districts can achieve that promotes both nutrition and nutrition education and physical activity. And so it's a wonderful program, and the School Nutrition Association is going to be, really encouraging more of our members to participate, and we're going to be promoting it at our meetings and conferences and publications and everywhere we can to help school
Thank you, Ms.
districts achieve
Rivas.
that.
And I thank the other witnesses, and I'm sorry time doesn't allow for discussion with those excellent witnesses now, too. Thank you.